Coming up in the morning edition, the Bahamas is again blacklisted. Michelle Reckley arraigned. And the government has arrived at a taxation agreement with gaming house operators. Happy Valentine's Day and cheers to all of you lovers out there. Good morning and welcome to the morning edition. I'm LaDawn Davis. Our Vaughn Aubrey is standing by with traffic police with a look at what's happening on our streets this morning. Hello, Vaughn.
Good morning. Don't start the radio. Hi. Thanks, LaDawn. We're here live on East Street near Gibbs and Roscono. With me, Sergeant Corporal Decory Barr. We made it out in the rain. But I want to talk about two things. One, they're going on social media, proposed changes to the Traffic Act. One, no cell phone use on the what does that present in terms of challenge to police officers?
Well, that's not really a challenge for us. For us, that'll be working more in our favor. That's something that we always discourage, and that we want to continue to discourage. We try to discourage persons from doing anything else, but focusing on the road and the vehicle that they're operating.
Because we know that causes accidents.
Yes, not only accidents, traffic congestions, and a whole heap of things that could cause.
And another thing I saw too is no open alcohol in the car.
Yes, that's also something that we all want to discourage. And moving forward, you're going to see that even more so now that these things are going to be enforced.
Okay, so it's raining today, so we want you motorists, please pay attention to those pedestrians. You know, we're outside here, and we're outside on Big One on East Street, and puddles are here. But thankfully, no one has read us up yet.
Yeah, not as yet. We'd want to ask persons if they see pedestrians on the street and they'd want to try not to splash them. Don't just switch lanes or swerve or maneuver around the puddle. We want you to slow down. Even without that, on a wet day like this, we'd encourage you to slow down anyway. Speed limit in the city is 25 miles per hour. There's nothing wrong with doing a little less.
There you go. Corporal Decory Barr. Well, today's Valentine's Day. What you got planned?
Work.
We all going to have to work. But guess what? Since today's Valentine's Day and it's raining, I'm trying to get this thing open. Yeah. Thank you, Randy, for this jacket. But, Vanya, this one's for you. I love you. Happy Valentine's Day. Back to you in the studio, LaDawn.
We start this newscast with news from the financial sector. The Bahamas has been named as one of 23 countries added to the blacklist of nations which pose a threat to the European Union because of lax controls against terrorism, financing, and money laundering. Now, according to the EU, apart from reputational damage, inclusion on the list complicates financial relations with the EU. The bloc's banks will have to carry out additional checks on payments involving entities from listed jurisdictions. In response, Attorney General the Honorable Carl Bethel said this listing by the EU is apparently based on the Financial Action Task Force's listing of the Bahamas and its placement of the Bahamas into an action plan. He also said to list a country such as the Bahamas that has made outstanding progress in just over 1 year, together with wholly non-compliant, war-torn, or even rogue states in disappropriation and inflicts harm and punishment on a people with no regard for the important reforms and improvements to their AML-CFT framework. In other news this morning from the courts, police have filed formal charges against 5 persons in connection with a laundry list of fraud-related charges totaling more than $1 million. Fern Carey reports.
49-year-old former Deputy Director of Urban Renewal Michelle Reckley, 58-year-old businessman Christopher Simonet, 26-year-old Kaylon Vincent, 27-year-old Stephanie Colley, 49-year-old James Nathaniel Hall, and 40-year-old Joseph Lightmorn are facing a list of fraud-related charges. However, Reckley is facing the lion's share of charges. That includes conspiracy to commit fraud by false pretenses, money laundering, extortion, attempted money laundering, corrupt transactions with agents, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Reckley and Hall are accused of conspiring to obtain from the government by fraudulent means over $500,000 as mobilization payments in contracts issued to Hall, trading as distinctive builders under the Small Homes Repair Program after Hurricane Matthew. Reckley is also accused of laundering over $300,000, allegations she denies. Stephanie Cawley also pleaded not guilty to money laundering, attempted money laundering, extortion, and corrupt transactions with agents. Court papers also alleged that she assisted in concealing the proceeds of criminal conduct. Meantime, James Hall also denied that he engaged in money laundering and corrupt transactions, while Christopher Simonet and Kaylon Vincent both pleaded not guilty to laundering over $1 million between December 2016 and December 17th of 2018. Court papers also allege that in that time frame, they transferred to their CIBC account in the name of Christopher Simonet, which represented the proceeds of criminal conduct, which they allegedly disposed of by issuing checks from that account in an attempt to conceal the matter. 40-year-old defendant Joseph Lightbourne also pleaded not guilty to abetment to fraud, which allegedly took place between December of 2016 and February of 2017. All of the defendants pleaded not guilty to conspiracy to commit fraud by false pretenses. Now, following that arraignment, all of the defendants were taken here to Supreme Court, where a bail application had already been filed. And following that hearing, all of the defendants got the outcome they were hoping for.
They're reporting conditions 3 times a week for everyone except Mrs. Reckley. Only reports once a month. And the bail is set at $9,000 each, 2 sureties.
Now, all of the defendants returned to court on March 18 for a status hearing. Fern Curie, ZNS Network News.
Following recent open and productive discussions, the government of the Bahamas has reached an agreement with the Bahamas Gaming House Operators Association to increase taxes on the gaming industry and to collect the payment of back taxes. The beginning of the regulation of the gaming industry on January 1, 2015, the rate of taxable revenue of the 7 licensed gaming operators was set at 11% and was expected to be yielded approximately $21 million. The new tax structure consists of a sliding scale gaming tax on net taxable revenue, or the amount received by gaming operators from patrons in bets less than the amount paid out to the patrons by gaming operators in their winnings. Now, effective January 1, 2019, all licensed gaming operators will pay 15% on $0 to $24 million of revenue, and operators earning anything greater than $24 million will pay 17.5%. Stay close, we've got more news right after this. You're watching The Morning Edition. Welcome back to The Morning Edition. It's Valentine's Day, and our Vaughn Albury is at Gardenia Celebrations, where they're about to distribute some lovely floral arrangements. Hello again, Vaughn.
Thanks, LaDawn. We are here at Gardenia's Celebration on Ross Corner near Big One. With me is Chrissy Bullard. This is a big day for you.
Yes, it is one that we've been preparing for about 3 months now.
Wow. Is this the biggest time of year?
Yes, most definitely it is.
Like for most florists around the world, today is the big day.
Yes.
What is the big seller?
Right now it's the roses, and for this year it's the dozen roses.
Dozen roses, but are persons ordering less? And what about colors? I know red is the most popular. Do you have other colors?
We have from lavender into pinks, yellows, whites. We do, but red is the most popular at this time on.
Today is a big day in terms of deliveries. How are you going to manage?
Well, right now we're expecting almost 5 drivers. We have them in the 4 corners, east, west, north, and south, and then one on standby for the inner city.
How far west?
Oh, as far as Delaport.
Wow,
Yes,
wow.
They're covering the whole of Nassau.
Now, other than roses, what else is selling now?
We also have the fruit carvings. We have just recently introduced the T-shirts, customized T-shirts, but the fruit carvings are now stepping up to the plate one.
And who are your customers? Who are them? Men, women, children? Who?
Well, definitely both the men and the women are coming in, but the millennials are winning this one, I must say.
Young people?
The young ones. Oh. They are in love.
So love is alive.
They are expressing themselves most definitely. Definitely.
And prices, they go from?
They range anywhere from $50 up to your budget.
Okay, so guess what?
Yes.
This was my budget, but you know what, Vanya, I said this one was for you, but I'm going to put that aside because I'm going to have to get a full dozen roses. But thank you so much.
Throw in a fruit carving with that.
Last question. Are persons still able to come in and order?
Most definitely. We're here until about 6 o'clock this evening. We're taking deliveries up until people are getting off. Some persons are getting off 10 o'clock tonight, and some persons work to the hotels where they're going, and their shift actually starts probably 12 tonight. So we're going.
Do you go beyond Valentine's Day in terms of delivering Valentine's flowers? Does it have to be on this day?
No, it really doesn't. We started deliveries from Monday, and we're going straight through because some persons want to actually keep their bouquets on their desks through the whole week. They're just indulge into it.
There you go.
Yes.
Chrissy Bullard of Gardenia's Celebration. Today is Valentine's Day. It's all about love. Vanya, I love you. Back to you in the studio.
We continue to celebrate Valentine's Day, and single people should not feel left out. With us in studio are Pastor Sharon and Trevor Williamson of Trinity Global Cathedral. Lady, gentlemen, welcome to the morning edition.
Good to be here this morning.
So talk to us a little bit about why was the focus on singles this Valentine's Day?
Because, singles in the country, I'm trying to give them an avenue where they can mingle. They can have fun by themselves. For instance, today, some ladies, single ladies, you can go ahead and buy your own rose. Some fellas, you can go have your own chocolate. But we're getting ready to have something so awesome on the 17th, where we're going to teach singles, how to enjoy their singleness. And we want to know that they're not alone. We're going to be, me and my wife, First Lady here, we're going to be their spiritual coach. And I'm telling you, we're looking for an awesome, glorious time in the Lord. Amen. Good, clean fun. Yes.
So in your ministry, do you find it hard that, I guess, singles find it hard during this Valentine's Day?
Sometimes, but because the type of preacher I am, I always encourage them. It's all about seeking God's kingdom and on biblical principles. And so I teach them how to live, until that perfect time comes.
Okay, Pastor Sharon Williamson, talk to us about I know that this is singles we're talking about, but you guys also have a married couples seminar as well.
Yes, we do. We have a marriage retreat for married couples on the 24th. The 17th, on the 17th, we'll be having our singles retreat. And that's for all singles. That's male and female. And it doesn't matter how come you're single, whether you're single because you're divorced or you're single because you've never been married, however. But our marriage retreat is going to be the 24th. The 24th of this month, which is next Sunday night.
Yes.
And we're inviting all married couples to come on. We're going to have lots of fun, laughter.
Good music too.
Oh yeah, we're going to have live music.
Wise men say only fools rush it. 27 years. Yes. Got engaged 2 months and married in 6 months. It's been, 27 years. I'm telling you, we're going to show you how to do this, man. This thing works.
Any advice you want to give to persons this Valentine's Day?
Well, for the singles, I would love to encourage you. You do not have to be alone, and you can love yourself. Love yourself. Go and buy a box of chocolate and sit and eat that all by yourself. Pamper yourself. Go shopping. Just do something for yourself. You don't have to be alone. If even you're not in a relationship and not dating, enjoy yourself.
And listen to me, fellas, spoil your spouse. Amen. Even if you got to go buy bamboo shack tonight, go on a drive.
No bamboo shack.
I'm not gonna do that, First Lady. But in case, enjoy it. Yeah. Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's.
Enjoy
Pastor and Bishop Williamson, thank you so much for joining us here on the morning edition, and best of luck to you on your seminars, your events.
Thank you so much.
In other news, it may have taken a long time to pen it and publish it, but last November, President of the King Door Parkinson's Foundation, Mavis Darling Hill, officially released her first book called The Invisible Companion. The book retraces the many experiences her father, the late pastor K.S. Darling, encountered while battling Parkinson's disease years ago. During a press conference earlier this week, Darling used the opportunity to talk about her new book in the hopes of raising awareness of the disease.
Story talks about Parkinson's disease, ardent faith in God, and family relations. And it was written because my father, during his illness with Parkinson's disease, he found himself feeling that he was invisible because of the two-personality kind of thing during that period. And so I chose the name Invisible Companion because it gave feedback as to the devastation of Parkinson's disease. And that person, the Parkinson part of it, he was new to all of us.
We always save the best for last, and Valentine's Day is no exception. Hope Ratliff is joining us live here on the Morning Edition with a special presentation for us. Hope, welcome to the Morning Edition.
Thank you so much, LaDawn. This morning I will be doing something that is referred to as spoken word, something that I wrote myself, and it's called daydreaming. Daydreaming, and I'm thinking of you. The Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, sang it first. And then, of course, Michelle Leigh did a cover. Daydreaming, and I'm thinking of you. I breathe in, I breathe out. I breathe in again, and I breathe out again, relaxing my body, preparing myself just to daydream. I close my eyes and I see you. I reach out my hands and I feel you. I make myself ready to want you. Daydreaming, and I'm thinking of you. Can you touch me? Can you hold me? Can you feel me? I want you, but do you want me back? Yes, I have you, but only in my dreams. Just say the words and I will totally dismantle and let go of everything stopping you from coming to me. Even if it's me that won't come to you. See, you, baby, you are the sun, you are the moon, you are every cloud in my sky. You are the author and the finisher of my dreams. You are the beginning, and yes, you are the ending. Daydreaming, and I'm thinking of you. They say you dream with your eyes closed, but I beg to differ. I can dream of you when I'm fast asleep, or even when I'm wide awake. It can be 3 o'clock in the morning, or it can be 4 o'clock in the afternoon. My eyes can be closed tightly, or they can be open as wide as they can be. I can stand up, or I can lie down. In the words of Maxwell, whenever, wherever, whatever. I'm daydreaming, and I'm thinking of you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Now that was Hope Ratliff giving us say a little prayer for us this Valentine's Day. What's coming up in sports?
Well, coming up in sports, the private school basketball championships will tip off today. But today's a big day for Valentine. I know most of you ladies around here at ZNS, you put on your extra makeup and then you go out there and act surprised.
I always dress like
somebody
this
bought you all this big basket. But I saw most of you all yesterday taking out those heavy loans and around those basket shops, buying your own basket. So when they come in, they're like, oh, wow.
No, I definitely don't need to buy my own
basket. But you all know, you all bought your own baskets yourself.
I had in sports.
Good morning once again. It's championship time in the New Providence Volleyball Association. Last night over at the Donald Davis Gym, what a match it was in the ladies' affair. The defenders, they took the first 2 sets over the defending champion, the Scottsdale Vixens, 25-14 and 19. But in true championship form, the Scottsdale Vixens went into their bags of tricks and came back to take the next 3, 25-15, 20 and 15-18 for the Game 1 win.
Well, we started off slow, those first 2 sets, but once we came together and played Vixens ball, we brought it together. Champions don't die.
And most definitely the last 3 sets really didn't show what we are capable of doing. I anticipate that those girls will go back home, meditate on the things that they did wrong, and there was a lot of those things that we did wrong. We were out of position a lot of times. There were some balls that we played overhand that we should have bumped over. There's some balls we put our two hands on that we should have driven with one hand. There are a lot of things that we did wrong, and I think that the way forward now is for us to make those corrections. And I assume that once those things are done, you'll see a better game.
Now, speaking about championship, the private school best of 3 championship tips off this afternoon at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. The Jolly Green Giants of St. George will have 3 teams into the championship. Their senior boys will be going up against the Comets of Queens College.
Fight. You have to fight because they come and fight. You know, no matter what, they box against the wall. They keep fighting. I have a lot of respect for them, and we beat them by 1 point, but that wasn't easy, and we got to fight when we get in that game. Oh, it's going to go to distance because there's 2 top teams. You know, 2 top playing, 2 skillful team playing.
And that's going to do it for sports. I'm Charles Fisher. Thanks for watching, everybody.
In our final look at whether it is wet on the outside, and that's because we have this frontal system which moved through the northwest Bahamas overnight, now making its way into the central Bahamas. So we will see some clearing later on today, so you'll be able to make those deliveries just in time. Our forecast for today called for some morning clouds and showers, turning breezy and partly sunny in the afternoon, a high temperature around 80 degrees. And tonight we're looking at patchy clouds, a bit on the cool side, 67 degrees for your low temperature. The extended weather forecast over the next 7 days. Things will start to warm up over the weekend. We'll get you back up into the 80s. Those nighttime temperatures remaining into the 60s right into Saturday, and then warming up into the 70s as of Sunday heading into next week. LaDon?
Thanks a lot, Basil, and happy Valentine's Day to you as well. Well, that's going to do it for the morning edition. But before we go, we would like to wish Jerome Sawyer a very special happy birthday. Make sure to join us this evening at 6 p.m. for our 2-hour newscast. Once again, I'm LaDon Davis. Have a great day.